vaccine or mask and test mandate. I'm just talking about the limits more generally on OSHA's power under the ETS provision.
The limits, I think, are the ones written into the statute. And so if you want to project out 2 years from now, I think it's entirely possible, of course, that the trajectory of the pandemic will change. I certainly hope so. And in that case, OSHA, I think, would have to, if it wanted to regulate again, cross the high burden of showing a grave danger. This is an authority it has used sparingly in cases of what we think are true emergencies. And I think to suggest, based on concern about what might happen in the future, that its authority should be constrained or clipped now when we are in the middle of an unprecedented pandemic that is claiming more lives than we've seen in a shorter amount of time would do a disservice to Congress's anticipation that OSHA might need to act quickly in response to dangers like this. Thank you.
Mr. Keller, rebuttal?
So much. Where do you start?
Nonsense. That's what he should just say.
2 points, Mr. Chief Justice.
Everything that
Just first,
Al said is bullshit.
we need to stay now before enforcement starts. Our members have to submit publicly their plans to how to comply with this regulatory behemoth on Monday. Vaccines would need to occur by February 9th. You would need 2 vaccines to comply. Those vaccines would have to start immediately. Tracking and record keeping cannot happen overnight. And on tests, you heard my friend, the Solicitor General, mention the media reports that we've all seen about shortages of tests and cost increasing. Our declarations, appendix page 345 and 374 confirm that as well. Then that's exactly why workers will quit right away. You don't even have to take our word for it. The federal government, the Postal Service, and Amtrak both say the same things. What OSHA did is they cherry-picked one study about healthcare workers, a very specific industry, and what that worker attrition rate would be. Again, 2 declaration sites. We have plenty more, but appendix pages 351 and 374. And my second point to close on is about who decides in the public interest. And I would submit that this court's precedents answer that. We're not asking this court to reverse anything. Industrial Union 40 years ago, in Justice Stevens's controlling opinion, said that there was an absence of a clear mandate in the OSHA Act. So it's unreasonable to assume that Congress gave OSHA unprecedented power over American industry, and the emergency power is also narrowly circumscribed. Yet here OSHA has never before done mandated vaccines or widespread testing, much less over all industries or on an emergency basis. So whether we're talking about the agency's failure to explain, whether we're talking about the statutory term necessary, whether we're talking about how this has to be tethered to the workplace under the major questions doctrine, under any one of those theories, we are likely to succeed on the merits. And finally, when it comes to the public interest, as this court just recognized a few months ago, it is undisputable that the public has a strong interest in combating the spread of the COVID-19 Delta variant, but our system does not permit agencies to act unlawfully, even in pursuit of desirable ends. We would respectfully request a stay of this unprecedented sweeping ass ETS before Monday.
Sweeping ass.
Thank you,
ETS.
counsel. The applications are submitted.
That's how you close.
Sweeping ass.
Hey, it was a misspoke, but it worked.
But that's how you close. That's how you close.
That was excellent. That was an excellent close.
That's how you close. You got to finish strong.